Good morning, everyone. I am Dr.S.Geetha, Assistant Professor, Department of English. I like to discuss a topic about the Ode to Atom written by John Keats. So let us discuss about the life of John Keats. John Keats was born on 31st October 1795 in London, and his father Thomas Keats worked as a stable keeper, and his mother Frances Jenkins came from a modest background. Then his studies were very poor, and John Keats was died in his young age at the age of 25 due to tuberculosis. So his life was in full of tragedy, and Keats has a siblings. His siblings were left under the care of a guardian, that is in the place of Richard Abbey. So, yearly education and training. Keats was educated at Clerk School in Enfield, where he developed a love for literature and classical mythology. Initially, he trained to become a surgeon and apothecary at Guy's Hospital, London. Later on, he selected his passion as a writer, and he became a poetry during the Romantic Age. And he is the very famous author during the Romantic Age. So her life was full of misery, and his famous poems are Ode to Nightingale, Ode to a Grecian Urn, To Autumn, Ode on Melancholy, Ode on Psyche, Lullaby, Damascene's Mercy, Bright Stars. So these are all the poems by John Keats, and the other works of John Keats, Hyperion, The Eve of Saint Agnes, many sonnets. So he started writing his poems regarding the nature and about the things which was surrounded by the society. So it takes something that how he has observed the nature, and he was like an peace of mind how he lives his life, and he was very good enough to describe about the nature. And this poem talks about the atom, and the title of the poem is Ode to Atom. So let us see about the poetic lines of Ode to Atom. So here he describes about the nature and the solitary which was consist of this poem. So let me read the poetic lines. Seasons of mist and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom, friend of the muttering sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless. With fruits, the vines that rough that eaves run, to bend with apples, the mods, cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core. So this is the first stanza, and we have three stanzas in this poem, and each stanza consists of 11 lines. So the first line starts with season of mist and melancholy fruitfulness. So during the autumn's season, it talks about the fruitness and all the trees, how it looks, because of the autumn the trees are covered with fruits, apples, and so on. And even the apple trees, they are bended because the tree is full of apples. Because of the weight, it is bended, and it is the time where all the buds and all the fruits are in the stage of ripe. So the trees are looking very beautiful and handsome when we look at the trees. So, in the same stanza, to swell the ground, the plum, the hazel shells with a sweet kernel to set budding more and still more, later flowers for the bliss until they think warm days will never cease. For summer has overwhelmed their clammy cells. So here it talks about the buds of the fruits, how it is, and the varieties of flowers, how buddings are, and after the budding it is like the flowers after that stage it will have a fruit, and the final stage of the fruit is ripe. So here he describes about the season of the atom and the things what happens during the atom season. So let